back to another episode of the Church of Cage. Bro, I think that once you watch all the Nicolas Cage movies, I think you transcend to the next dimension. I think that's the esoteric secrets. Now, I did read back in December that Nick Cage only had 3 or 4 movies left in him, and that was December 2023. I think we have Arcadia so far came out. Nick Cage.
That came out last weekend, I believe.
Yes, which we should probably go this week coming up and try and watch that, because if he has 3 or 4, I mean, that's it. Arcadian, The Surfer, and then Longlegs. The Surfer comes out later this year. It's a psychological thriller film written by Thomas Martin, and it features Nick Cage. Now, the film will premiere at the 2024 Cannes Film Festival in May.
Okay, that's coming up.
That's coming up.
Already
bro.
halfway. Yeah,
I'm excited.
That's real close. That's real close.
I'm excited, bro. Let me see some.
You really think he's done though? Do you really think he would just say that's
If
it? I'm not
only we
do
knew
anymore?
somebody related to Nick Cage that we could ask. If only.
If only.
If only we had those kind of connections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
It'd be nice to know. Be nice to know.
Wait, it says go live. Is my whole server gonna see this?
No.
Streaming
I mean, they
channel?
shouldn't.
This is so dumb, bro. All right, so we're on Discord because
No. Go if you go live. No, it's not gonna. It's just gonna showcase on the. If you're doing it on Discord, it'll just do it to this channel. But since you have it locked, yeah, there you go.
all right, whatever. Hopefully it's locked.
Yeah, it's locked because no one should be able to get in there.
All right, so this is The Surfer. It's a psychological 2025. What? And then Silver Surfer. I guess they're coming out with a.
He's gonna be a part of that.
Can you still see that?
I see that.
Why is
Yeah,
it?
Silver Surfer teaser. Michael B. Jordan, Lawrence Fishburne. That doesn't look right, but okay.
No, I don't think this is real. So The Surfer.
Oh, okay. Oh, The Surfer I did hear about. They just wrapped filming, so.
Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, we're gonna see it here. So Nick Cage, 3 or 4 movies left. I may have. This was December 4th, 2023. I may have 3 or 4 movies left in me, Cage told the magazine. The actor added that he has said what I've had to say with cinema and took film performance as far as I could. I want to say goodbye on a high note, Cage told VF. I was taking stock of how much time I have left. So, I Googled something that I couldn't find an answer to.
Okay.
And I wanted to see if you could help me out with that, but let me stop sharing my screen. But how many Nick Cage movies are there where Nick Cage is in a cage? Because in this movie that we watched, Primal from 2019, Nick Cage was locked in a cage.
Yeah.
And he was also raging most of the. So first off, Danny.
Yeah.
Let's break the movie down in chronological order, but first things first. What did you think initially of this particular movie?
I legitimately thought this was going to be something set in like a jungle Amazon setting, right? Because of the opening scene, I was already like, okay, CGI jaguars and Nick Cage. All right, this seems promising. I wonder how much of that he's going to be doing. And then the rest of the movie's on a boat. So like,
yeah,
it got me at first. It got me at first where I was like, okay, I thought this was going to be something different. Because the poster of the movie, I don't know if you noticed, the poster of the movie has like the jaguar eyes behind him. So I legit thought that it was going to be like, you know, like him going around the jungle or something and just Steve Irwining it up or whatever. But no, it's just like that one scene and then he's on a boat and then like all these like federal people show up and I was like so confused, bro. I was so confused.
Can you see
But
that? There it is right there.
oh, what you got? Oh, I got you.
Bro, this thing is, yo, I hate Discord.
Yeah.
So much, bro. And like it'll stop showing my screen. So right now I have like a pop-up box. This is terrible. This is a terrible idea. Here it goes. Here's my full
bro.
screen.
No, if you look at the top right where it says grid, if you click that, then it'll change it. It'll change the layout.
It'll change what? Yeah, well, I've already tried the grid layout, and it'll stop showing my screen.
Why does it stop showing your screen?
I don't know, because Discord. So this is the poster. Now, what was interesting about it, and there it goes, stop showing my screen again. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Discord. This movie's budget, bro, was $18 million, and it only grossed $228. Oh, it's estimated budget $18 million.
Really?
That's what it says. Primal, and it only grossed 228,000. So Primal 2019 Nick Cage budget. Let's see what the actual budget, if it's anywhere. How much does Nick Cage cost? An example fee to book Nicolas Cage is in the starting range of $750,000 to $999,998. So about $1 million, bro. And the last time you and I were on, we were talking. Mind you, I haven't put out the episodes because I haven't come up with a theme song for the show. And me and you did this whole thing of like a John D movie with Nick Cage in it. And I got hit up by some guy on my Instagram. I can't remember his name now, saying that allegedly that he's writing a John D movie and they were going to do John D, Jack Black, and Edward Kelly as Nick Cage, allegedly, which was really weird because I haven't put out. I mean, I've talked about this show on my show, but I haven't talked about like, hey, this is what we've talked about. You know, it's a movie about. It's a show about Nick Cage movies. That's it. Yeah. But I haven't said like, oh, we talked about this, this, and this, and I was like, bro, this is weird because you're talking to me about something that I was talking and it still hasn't been put out. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, so
manifestations, bro.
So who knows? And I found another. So the movie DB.org says that the budget was $9 million, and that the revenue was only $146,000
for Primal.
For Primal.
It's weird because on like a quick Google search, it said that it was a $31 million budget.
Golly.
Which I'm like, that seems a little too far up. I want to say the 18 million sounds more legit. Definitely was.
But does 18 million? I mean, again, I'm not a special effects artist because you talk about how it was cheesy. Like the special effects were cheesy.
Mainly for the Jaguar. I felt like for the snakes, it came off more convincing. But the Jaguar scenes, I was kind of like, and even the monkeys, to say like the monkeys when they were like moving around, they didn't seem that bad. But when it was a Jaguar, I was like, all right, yeah, it's like a PS2, early, like late PS2 graphics at that point.
Yeah. So did the movie demand $18 million? I mean, we had some prominent actors in it. So obviously we had Nick Cage as Frank Walsh. We had, how do you say her name?
Walsh.
Famke
Johnson. Yeah, Famke Johnson. She, to me, she is like the one that I was like so surprised in being in this movie because I was like, what the hell are you doing in this movie? But she was more known for her role as Jean Grey in the X-Men movies, and in one of my favorite James Bond movies, GoldenEye, she was one of the henchwomen there. It's like my favorite movie of James Bond, like ever. GoldenEye is like amazing.
Yeah, I remember that. X-Men.
She was on House on a Haunted Hill.
GoldenEye.
And I think she GoldenEye. Yeah, and then God, what, you ever seen a movie called The Faculty? It was like an early 2000s movie, I want to say.
No.
That one was done by Robert Rodriguez, and it's one of those like very, very campy type of like horror movies, but it's got like all teenagers and stuff, and it was a pretty like who's who. Like all the famous people that you would recognize nowadays, that was like their earliest like movie. But
This thing is
yeah,
so lame, bro. It's pissing me
Kevin
off.
Durant, the guy who played the bad guy, he's been in so many things. I think he was in Lost. I think he's like always the bad guy on like movies and TV shows.
So he was, let's see here. He was I Am Number 4, the Magodorian Commander. What the heck is that?
No, I don't recognize that one. I know him more from, oh my god. He's been in a lot of stuff, but he was in Walking Tall. I think he was like one of the bad dudes in Walking Tall. That like very old rock movie. I'm trying to
No, I've never seen that one. So he's also worked with the guy from Twilight. So I Am Number 4 is aliens and their guardians are hiding on Earth from intergalactic bounty hunters. They can only be killed in numerical order, and number 4 is next on the list. This is his story. All right,
you remember watching X-Men Origins, the one for like Wolverine or whatever, all that time ago?
Maybe.
Well, he was a guy that like started out like one way, but then he turned it out like I guess like really fat. He was like the Blob or whatever.
Yeah, I see that. I saw that on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look it up. So the Blob, X-Men. Oh yeah, no, I never saw that one.
He was in Smoking Aces, Big Mama's House 2,
Really?
and a bunch of TV and like
Robin Hood.
Scooby Doo 2. The guy's been in a lot of stuff.
But he's like one of those guys
Effect.
that doesn't really take off all that much, right? Because I mean, I've seen him and his face is recognizable.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that he's like a solid, like you need a bad guy or you need like a secondary character. He's your guy.
Which he did great in this movie.
Oh yeah. He convinced me of like being a psychological like killer and stuff, and like the way he escaped from his captivity was so funny. But
yes.
Let's set it up first. So
all right, so let's start from the beginning.
The whole plot of the movie is Nick Cage plays Frank Walsh, which is like super news anchor type of name, which is funny. But he captures this very rare white jaguar. He is also in possession of other animals, monkeys, birds, and he is supposed to meet up with some like I guess dealers or people that like own different zoos and stuff like that. And he gets like a pay cut out of that. So as he goes into travel by what's it like a Freightliner or one of those like what do you call those like big old boats, cargo boats?
Yeah, cargo boat.
He ends up seeing that like a bunch of federal officers and like these like big like you know this chick in like this like marine outfit or whatever shows up, and they're like, yes, we're transferring over a very dangerous political like assassin from Brazil. I forgot to say where they were at. They were in Brazil, bro. Yeah. And so they're like, yeah, we're transferring this guy over. Meanwhile, this guy's got a killer jaguar and a bunch of animals. Like immediately I started laughing because I'm like, dude, the stuff that will be unintentionally funny, it's because it's hijinks. You know what I'm saying? There's like you got the guy that's wanting to kill everyone, but then if they let the animals go, you're gonna have monkeys everywhere, which they essentially did. And it made me laugh because that one the fat guy from like the cafeteria, when he's like, oh, I'm trying to get food and the monkeys are in the cafeteria, bro, I just couldn't take it seriously, bro. And it's so funny. He's just like, oh, stop it, whatever. He's like trying to cut them up. And I'm like, this guy didn't even hesitate. He grabbed like a cleaver and was ready to chop up all those monkeys, bro.
So
that was wild.
The storyline: a big game hunter for zoos has booked passage on a Latin American shipping freighter with a fresh haul of exotic and deadly animals from the Amazon, including a rare white jaguar, along with a political assassin being extradited to the U.S. in secret. 2 days into the journey, the assassin escapes and releases the captive animals, throwing the ship into chaos. Now, this movie was actually filmed in Puerto Rico, which
That's funny.
They were headed to Puerto Rico, and I was wondering why the music was in Portuguese, but I knew, like, because I had already read about the movie, that it was filmed in Puerto Rico. It was actually postponed because of the hurricane. That's part of the trivia. And so Daniel Grodnick, which I guess is is he one of the writers? Let's see here. Daniel Grodnick. Where is he at? So Daniel Grodnick was a producer, and allegedly he had written this story back in first optioned the script for Primal in 1995. It took 22 years to finally get made. So listen, dude, if this guy can get this movie made.
There was 30 credits to the producers. There was like 30 people at least involved in like producing this stuff. And like, I don't know if you noticed, because like in the beginning of the movie, how it does the like such and such present, blah, blah, blah. It had like this one line where there was like all these studios or distribution people like lined up. And I'm like, yeah, it's like in the first couple seconds of the movie.
I don't notice that sort of stuff. You do.
Yeah, it just was wild because I'm like, damn, how many people were involved in just making this stuff? There's this one name because it just stood out to me because of how funny it sounds. I don't know who this guy is, but Mickey Gooch. I'm not kidding, bro. Mickey Gooch. That's Gooch. Who is this guy? I don't know, but I saw his name.
We gotta find out.
We gotta find out who's Mickey Gooch, bro.
Mickey Gooch, bro. What in the world, dude? Oh, that's hilarious.
He apparently was a producer for Battle Drone in 2018, Primal, obviously. Netflix movie Christmas Inheritance, Leaving Berlin. He was a producer on that. So, yeah, this guy just seems to be like in a movie called Hijacked. He was all of these has just been executive producer.
Yeah.
But bro, my name's Mickey Gooch.
My boy Gooch. Shout out to my boy Gooch. You know, he's doing a great job on these movies and he's killing it. But that's hilarious.
Did you like the story though? Like at least the setup for the story?
That's something I want to talk to you about because it felt familiar. And mind you, I've already seen this movie. This is my second or third time watching this movie because I'd seen it on Amazon Prime originally. Okay. And then I saw that it's on Netflix. But it felt familiar, but it felt like a lot. Like the whole concept of, mind you, the dart took the Jaguar out in less than a minute. And then the guy at the end took two darts.
Three. Yeah, he took like two darts.
5 minutes later, I'm like, come on, dude, don't. Like, what are you doing?
He's stronger than a Jaguar, bro.
I like the story. I think it felt like a bit like Snakes on a Plane, almost like that whole idea of we're trapped in a place. Yeah. We have
traveling.
Yes, exactly. We're trapped. Nick Cage in a cage while he's in a rage. And I thought, I'm like, where else has he been in a cage in all his other movies? I know Wicker Man, I guess he's kind of in a cage.
You could argue Con Air because he's in that plane, and you could say that too.
Let's see, Con Air, Nick Cage. Yeah, kind of, sort of. But you get what I'm saying as far as like the story plot type of thing.
It felt like Under Siege. You ever seen that movie with Steven Seagal?
Under Siege.
Where it's like they're on a boat and Tommy Lee Jones is the bad guy, and I guess they try to take over the boat. They're like criminals or something. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But
Tommy Lee Jones is in it too.
Yeah. And it's like Steven Seagal is like killing up all these bad guys that are trying to take over the boat or whatever. I remember it felt familiar in that sense, but with having the animals, I was like, that's very, that's a choice.
It's typical, right? Like, you think 22 years it took you to write this? Hey, having killer animals on this boat is not good enough. Now we need a special ops trained CIA
Bro.
asset, NSA asset.
Those monkeys don't play around, bro. They ripped the skin off that one guy.
We hit the mother load, okay? And then I love so as we walk through, all right, so what did you think of the special effects? I mean,
The special effects were to me, I grew to just accept for what it was. I'm like, it's a it's not that type of like big budget type of movie, so I get it. They cut
which is what I'm
corners where they
afraid with
could.
my movie. Once I go to produce it, I know I'm going to need a lot of special effects because of the angels and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about that, Daniel, as far as the budget when it comes to that.
Listen, the best way to make it, like, this is the thing that I feel like people don't understand. The best way to make stuff happen like that, you can come up with so many ideas, but it's always the less you show and you leave to interpretation, the better it is, because then that way you don't showcase all the imperfections of it. For example, like in this movie, should they have shown the Jaguar? To be honest, they shouldn't have. Because in the beginning of the movie, when Nick Cage is in the... This is one of my favorite moments, was like him walking in the village, and he's like...
Did somebody die or something?
What the... Yeah, did somebody effing die here?
But
and they're like, no, you got the white cat, the white ghost or whatever, the ghost
Diablo
cat.
Blanco.
Yeah, Fantasma Blanco. It's
So-
like, they're like, yeah, they're gonna kill you. You're in trouble, Mr. Frank.
I felt
He's
like
Diego.
I felt like he plays that arrogant sort of cocky role. He plays it
Oh, like
well.
selfish guy.
Yeah. So and that was kind of like his. I put here arrogant, cocky, rude character. He's like real. Hey, take it easy with my cat, right? Like
Yeah. Is that your bird? That ain't my bird.
the
None of
white
these animals are mine.
the white devil. They were feeding humans to it allegedly, and he kept saying like, "No, this isn't a man eater. This is a white jaguar."
It's just a white jaguar.
I Googled, and apparently white jaguars, from what it says here on Google, right? I mean, how much can you trust Google?
Right. We're just
White
going, yeah.
jaguars are not generally albino. Rather are leucistic, I guess is how you say it. Currently, there are only 2 known in the world. Twins living at the something zoo in Germany. So this is 2013. And
Damn.
these are the only white jaguar. I don't know how credible this is, but all right. So extremely rare albino individuals, sometimes called white panthers, also occur among jaguars as well as other big cats. But this is 2013, 2012 that these jaguars were in Germany, a twin pair born, and I don't see anything else. So our boy Mr. Walsh hit the mother load. Okay, I hit the mother load here with this one. And let's see here. Oh, this is an interesting little trivia. The name of the ship, Mimer.
Yeah, the Mimer, yeah.
Mimer comes from the Norse mythology Mimir, which is a figure in Norse mythology renowned for his knowledge and wisdom. The ship Mimer is a real vessel owned by Godby Shipping, located in Alan Island, an autonomous part of Finland. But you know what's interesting about the Mimir? The Mimer, I'm pretty sure I stumbled across this here recently doing some research. And oh, yes, it is. So this figure in Norse mythology is beheaded, and they take his head, and his head prophesizes and speaks wisdom and shit. All right. Which is, he is beheaded during Aesir Vanir War. Afterward, the god Odin carries Mimir's head, and it recites secret knowledge and counsel to him. Ooh. So it's the head of a god. I mean, and I was listening to some stuff today where gods can't be killed, right? They can only be imprisoned. They can be crippled in some sort of way. And obviously this guy gets his head cut off.
Yeah. There's no way of really taking them out completely, I guess. They either don't they just evolve or change appearance in some ways?
This guy's just a head now, bro. He's just like, hey, hey, be careful with my cat. So that's
Did you like how Did you like how anti-authority he was in this one? Like anti-government and everything.
Yeah.
I find that so interesting.
He called what did he call him? He said, "You federal retards." That was my favorite part, bro. The whole movie.
The way that he like everybody's just such a jerk to each other, bro. It's so funny. They're like, yeah, you want to change the channel every like 2 or 3 times because the killer could be on here. And he goes like, you got to go down and change the engine. You know how to do that? I know how to do that, moron. I'm like, whoa.
The ship is turning around. How do you know? I've been sailing for 60 fucking years. Like, damn, bro, you just asked you how you know that it's turning around. You have to be a dick about it, you know? So.
And then my favorite was like, what? Why is he in prison for? Why is he arrested for? That's classified. Oh, yeah? Classify this. And he just flips the bird at him, bro. I was laughing my ass off. It was so funny. It was so funny, bro.
I was wondering why they didn't fly, and I put here, why wouldn't they fly this MFer? And then they answered that later on, which was a nice little twist of like, hey, he can't fly because his head will explode and a certain, like his blood vessels will explode and he'll.
We gotta risk everybody in this vehicle or on this boat or wherever we're going. We gotta have him conscious. We can't put him under. We can't sedate him. He gets seizures. We need him alive.
That was weird for me because I felt towards when he's having that dialogue where I kind of felt he was connecting with Nick Cage's character in some sort of way.
In some sort of weird way, yeah.
I thought there was going to be more to that and there was, because you find out later on that he has dirt on all these other political figures, and that's why they want to extract him and keep him as an asset, because they want those dirty secrets, which kind of lines up with a lot of almost like the movie we saw, the Dying of the Light movie, where a secret government asset.
It's very interesting. Yeah, it has those parallels in a weird way that, Oh, yeah.
I have here, you can't kill me, asshole. Which part? Which part?
That's the part where he has him on the cage and he's trying to get like the charter thing, and he's like, "You can't kill me, asshole."
No, yeah. So that's the part where he's like, "You can't kill me, asshole." And he starts taking the birds out one by one, and that's what makes him crack. I'm like, he's like, "All right."
I laughed so hard when the camera is on this one bird. The bird literally just looks at him like, "No, what are you doing? No!"
Don't touch the baby monkeys. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
I love that's what made him.
That's the thing too. Like, he seems to care about the animals, even though he's like, no, they're not mine or whatever.
He cared more about the animals than the other guy that was dying from the snake. He brought on, bro. Like,
he's just like, there's no use. He's dead, bro. His kid is right there. His son's right.
Have some compassion.
Have some compassion. He won't make it till morning. He left him, bro. He left him for dead. And then at the end, near the end of the movie, he's like, tells him, "Yeah, I left you for dead." What? Bro, I'd be so mad. I wouldn't talk to him ever again, bro.
I put here, dude starts murking animals, and finally the cage cracks.
The cage cracks. Yeah, bro.
I love that was so. And again, I'm hyper fixating on the Nick Cage in a cage. It's almost, I put almost like Inception. And I love how in these movies it's archetypal in a sort of way where the villains and the criminals always outsmart everybody else. Like, this guy was literally in front of the guy who drives the boat and is like, "Hey," he's like, "Oh, look at you. What do you say, Navy or something like that?" And it was literally the killer, bro. Like, how dumb are you? The killer
with just a cap, like a baseball cap that said like Navy or
he put a mustache on. "They'll never recognize me," you know.
Bro, I don't know if you noticed this detail when the final fight happened. Nick Cage had this like bloody mustache, and it brought me back to the fact that he always likes to play a character that has a mustache. I'm not kidding, but bro, if you go back to it, it literally shows up. It's like a perfect mustache on top of the little beard stubble that he had. It looked like a perfect mustache. I was so shocked. I'm like, this guy really likes to have a mustache. He's onto something, bro. He's onto something. Who knows?
I thought that there was gonna be a connection with I guess the lieutenant, the woman that played in the X-Men movie.
I thought she was gonna like either have more sympathy for the
I
killer
thought she was
or
gonna be a bad
something.
guy too.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought she was gonna be like siding with him or whatever, but nah. I thought the other guy too was just like protecting him, but I guess he just wanted him alive the entire time. He didn't, it wasn't more like he cared for him or anything. He needed him alive because NSA, they're in bed with bad people.
And
It's
I
like,
would have
oh,
gotten
okay.
away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids and how does it go?
And your white cat.
So
Bro, this is the first time we see him with a bow and arrow, right?
that's something I wrote
This is the
here,
first-
bro.
Yeah.
I put. Let's see here. Where'd I put the
Nick Cage with a bow and arrow.
Nick
ready to
Cage
hunt his
in a
prey.
cage while he rages with a bow?
They had like a little Mexican standoff. He's like got bow and arrow on him. The bad guy's got the chick and the gun pointing at her. And then the NSA agent is like in the very back, like ready to shoot Nick Cage.
These are my
My
notes.
favorite part
The
is
du-
when Nick Cage, he just literally goes, "Freed, what the Bro, that delivery was so
Bro,
perfect,
that's
bro.
my last note. WTF? What the fuck? So here we go. All right.
Oh my god.
This movie, I told you it was unhinged, but it
And-
wasn't
I
bad.
was very entertained, bro. Dude, I was surprised. Like, he had so many moments from his dialogue to how he insults people. And, like, it was so funny, bro. It was so funny. Like, him
I'm gonna
just
clip that. You
calling-
federal retards. Like, you've got your head shoved so far up Obama's ass, you can see his shit.
Bro, I was ready for him to go into, like, a whole other, like, unhinged, like, anti-government rant, bro. Like, even the part where he talks to this girl, and this girl's just like, "Oh, my father was into hunting or whatever it was that she said." Bro, he paid no attention to her. He was like, "That's nice. Why you have him arrested?"
And that-
Like, oh my god,
I thought they were
bro.
gonna connect more with that. I thought that he would have he knew that her dad got a nuclear submarine named after him.
Named after him or something. Yeah. And he's just like, "That's nice."
But Nick Cage felt a little bit like a Joe Exotic, where he's like, I worked at 8 different zoos, and I got fed up, and then finally became my own boss. Nick Cage is the only guy who could.
8 zoos in 10 years. Remember, it's 8 zoos in 10 years.
Sounds like a terrible employee.
He's so terrible. Yeah.
Until he finally became a hunter and became his own boss. Like, what? What in the world, dude? You know?
I don't know how many birds are left, bro, because somehow his animals just get killed or something. I don't know.
All right.
Jesus.
What else do we got here? What else you got there? Because, so, again, the
So-
movie kind of, in the center, it kind of drug a little bit as they're trying
Just
to look.
a bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, because they got to show the killer like taking out everybody. It made no sense for them to say like, "Oh, we got to keep him alive," or we need him alive, whatever. And then they finally make the choice like, "No, he's going down." It's like, okay, just just start with that, bro. Like the way that the way he got out of his situation too, I thought he was gonna actually have a seizure at some point.
Me too.
Or like look like he was gonna have some type of like tick or something like
Mhm.
wrong with him, but he didn't. He like faked his seizure and then made his escape that way. It was so funny because there were so many like headshots in this movie, like people just getting shot up. Like,
Versus
right
the other
under-
movie that we saw
Oh.
where there were terrible shots, apparently.
Yeah, where there were terrible shots. Yeah, I was.
It feels
just
like to me
laughing.
the Nick Cage movies don't have good shooting sequences so far.
It's like, yeah, like action choreographers, like those are very hard to come by, at least for the ones that make it look convincing.
Mm.
Like his first fight scene with the bad guy, you could tell there were obvious cuts. Like for example, I'll tell you what I mean. Like there's a part where like the bad guy does like a hook or something on him, and he knocks him down. He knocks down Nick Cage. So the sequence is supposed to go boom, and it's supposed to show you like him falling into the next part where he's like landing on the ground. Instead, if you like slow-mo it enough, you see that he gets hit, but immediately after the cut is to like him on the ground. And I was like, that kind of took me out a bit. But that's just stuff that I noticed because it's like when it comes to sequences like that, you want to make sure that there's enough room for. And it could have been that Nick Cage just didn't want to bump or he didn't want to like, fall down or anything like that.
I wouldn't let him either. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure that.
Because even the part with like when he ends up spoilers, when he ends up capturing the bad guy by using the trap with the rope around I thought they used somebody for that, but it kind of looked like a dummy. I'm not sure because I didn't look. I wish I could confirm for you, but unfortunately,
I was too worried about what I put here. Nick Cage in a cage while he rages with a bow.
While he rages, but yeah, like there were some sequences that looked convincing, and they're like I'm focused. But then there's certain parts where I'm just like, like, and it's like funny too because sometimes they take it a little too serious with like how serious and foreboding they are, like like the way they talk. And I'm like, bro, this is life and death. Like you gotta come on.
I gotta feed my animals. What do you mean, bro? Oh yeah,
I've been sailing for 60 years. Like, bro, there's no time for this, bro.
God knows how long this asshole's gonna take to catch that asshole. So many.
And he's like, all right, Walsh.
One-liners, bro. Like,
he had so many. It was great. It was great, bro.
So, Danny, anything else you want to add before you rate this one? And I'm gonna.
I think for it being, I think you said it perfectly. A Snakes on a Plane type of template for Nick Cage was something I was not expecting to see in this movie, and I was very entertained by it. I'll be really honest with you, bro. I was so entertained by it.
I didn't think you were gonna like it. I thought that you would have thought it was pretty ridiculous, which I mean it was ridiculous.
It's a ridiculous setting, but Nick Cage with his one-liners and everything, if he wasn't if he wasn't feeling it, this movie would have been trash, like just straight garbage. But no, I actually like for the scenes he's in where he like rages out and like he has that dialogue with everybody else. I was entertained by that. It definitely scores high up there on the Cage rage.
So it has a 4.9 on IMDb out of 11,000 reviews, which that's a lot, isn't it? 11,000?
Yeah, there are people did not like this movie at all, bro.
Really? Did you read those reviews?
I think I've read some of them, and like the one that stuck out to me was the one where they're like, I feel like this movie is like taking itself too seriously. Like people, though the actors in it they're like really going for it, and it's like, come on, like be more camp. I think they wanted this to be more campy, like Snakes on a Plane style, where there was like it's parts with like some comedy and stuff like that. Movies that do that type of premise is very hard to juggle because you need more than one Nick Cage to make that type of movie. Mm-hmm. Whereas in Snakes on a Plane, you had Samuel L. Jackson, Kenan Thompson was in there. Like, I forgot, damn, what was the other guy's name? There was somebody else in that movie that was pretty funny, but no, so like you got to have a cast of characters that are going to be more productive in the sense of like giving you laughs or making you feel something. And this one, everything did feel a bit too serious, so I do agree with that. However, if we're just going by just Nick Cage himself of how we've been reviewing this, it's definitely it's a good, I don't want to say amazing or best, but it's a good movie to watch just for him.
Yes. I'll say a 6.
Yeah, I'll settle for a 6.
All right, 6. I think 6 is good. But you know, I agree with you, and I'm reading through some of these reviews, and people need to learn to appreciate the Cage. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
But it doesn't have horrible reviews.
No, it's just reviews. People look into it. People kind of look into it a bit too harshly because they'll see the white Jaguar and they're like, this is garbage. This is really? This is what you went with on a budget of however many million, whatever? It's like, bro, like, chill out. Like, I think the box office was like 200,000. It ended up
That's what it
taking. Can you
said, yeah.
confirm that? Yeah, like 200,000.
200 something.
Which I'm like, yeah. And the thing that always gets me is that like the amount of people behind the movie to get it made always surprises me, because usually you only see like a handful of names, but this one got credited with like 30 people of some kind. I'm like, damn, dude, like that's a lot of producers.
So I'm
It's like,
removing some of the, and I saw an updated figure. I think he stars in 118, about 118 movies. So I'm removing all the ones that we've gotten so far. So far, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
like we're at
6,
six or
6,
seven.
6.
Oh, six. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 6 here. All right, and let's run the random number generator
Ooh, let's go.
and see what we get. Well, maybe I think. All right, here's what we'll do. Let's try and go see Arcadian this week. Or
Yeah.
let's see here. Arcadian. How long are movies usually in the movie theater?
I mean, to be honest, if it's an hour and a half, there's only like about, I want to say like less than 10 minutes of previews.
No, I'm saying like how long is a movie in? Damn, I don't even know if it'll survive till next week, bro.
Yeah, bro. It has a limited release.
Oh. All right, we'll
I
figure
know it was
something out.
on I know it was on Shudder, if anything.
Really?
Because I think they were releasing it on Shudder.
Shut
That
up.
one streaming service.
All right, well, we'll figure it out then. But I want to do
Yeah.
Arcadian next if we could go see it in person. But worst case, we'll figure it out. It
Yeah.
out. So here, I'm going to run the random number generator.
Just in case. We'll try for Arcadian.
Yes.
And if that's not the case, then our next episode will be this one.
Exactly.
Whichever it
I'm
lands
so
on.
proud of you. There you go. It's rolling. I can't share my screen because Discord sucks. You didn't disconnect,
it's
bro.
weird. See what I mean? See what I'm telling you?
Oh,
Weird.
golly, bro.
Oh, no.
We
Oh,
got
no.
5. 1984, dude. We
Yeah.
have the Cotton Club.
Cotton Club.
The Cotton Club.
1984. Oh, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Okay, but where's okay? Hold on. Where's our boy? Where's our boy?
Wait. He's not in here. Thank God. Is he?
He's probably is he? He's probably a.
Oh, he
backup?
is. Yeah, Vincent
He is.
Dwyer.
Why?
Maybe he was in there because of obviously the Coppola.
Yeah, obviously.
You
But
wanna
I
just-
don't know how long is he in there for? Yeah, it's a 2-hour movie too.
Is there a way to find that out, like how long he's in a movie for?
Yeah, hold on. This page.
The Cotton Club
Screen
official trailer. I think he's only in it a little bit, bro.
Yeah. If you wanna skip that one, no, different.
Yeah, I think he's only in it for a little
Yeah,
tiny bit.
he's only in there for like a little bit.
I'm trying to see like some videos.
Cage time. Somebody actually said it. Cage time, 5%.
Where the hell you seen that?
Yeah. I just Googled it and I found a thing where somebody like put a review
Oh,
on it.
Cage study, the Cotton Club, bad movie, no cage. I love that. The
Hey,
cage
there
study.
you
who
go.
is that?
People know exactly what we're looking for. So
Let's go. There's only a 5-minute apologies in advance that this movie just refused to be added on Adobe, so which has little to no cage in it. All right, thank you.
Yeah, it just
Top
it just
Hats
looks like-
and Canes channel
Yep.
on YouTube. Appreciate you. All right, let's remove 5. Remove 5 from the list. And then,
Okay.
remove number 5. Remove choice. 5. Here we go. Let's run it again. It's going.
going.
And we go. All right. We got number 85, bro. Which 85
What's
is
that one?
Arsenal. 2017 Arsenal.
Okay.
2017.
2017 film.
He's got a mustache. He's got a killer mustache in this one,
He
dude.
does. He does.
Dude, what? So, direct to movie action thriller. And let's see what it's about. So, also known as Southern Fury, because every movie needs a second name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a 2017 American direct to video action thriller film directed by Stephen C. Miller, which is American screenwriter, editor, and director, and written by Jason Mossberg. The film stars Adrian Grenier, John Cusack, Nicolas Cage, and the film was released in da-da-da. So let me read the IMDb. See if we can get like.
Hey, he got top billing for it too, which is kind of crazy.
The guy from Entourage is in it too.
Yeah.
All right, we
That's
got
funny.
Ed. His name is Eddie King in it. A Southern businessman attempts to rescue his kidnapped mobster brother. All right. That's pretty much quick and straight to the point.
Yep.
All right, we'll watch that one. That one is available on,
I believe YouTube.
Paramount Plus.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Oh really?
Here, let me see. I mean, we could obviously we can find it without that. But
Yeah,
dude, this
yeah.
mustache is so awesome in this. Where to
Oh,
watch?
Lord.
It says Paramount, Amazon Prime. Here, let me check. No, you need Paramount Plus. All right. Hulu. I don't have Hulu. I actually have Paramount, but yeah, you can watch on. If you don't, do you have any of those, Daniel?
What?
You have Paramount
Hulu?
Plus.
No, Paramount. No.
All right, Sling TV. No.
You got any one of these 30 streaming services? I don't know, bro. I gotta
the
check.
Motherload. All right.
The motherload.
All right, here we go. These what do you call them? Federal retards. We'll go ahead and
I love how it says here in a nutshell for a description of the movie: thrilling, bleak, and brutal. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
all right. Well, he's got a sweet stash in it. Has an awesome wig. It looks like. Well, so if we don't watch Arcadian, which we're gonna try, I want to go. Not this week. We can try. It's my birthday next week, so we can try next week.
We could try, yeah.
And then we're gonna try and stream too. All right, we're gonna do a lot of things. We're doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot
There's
of things.
Plans.
But here
There's
we go.
plans
The
among plans.
motherload. All right. Here we go. All right. Cerveza. All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one. You want to plug anything
Take
before
it
you get out of
easy,
here?
y'all. Yeah, if you want to check me out on YouTube or on Twitch, it's Daniel Rockstar. That is Daniel RCKSTR.
All right. Awesome. TJOJP.com. Catch me on there. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bye.
Bye.
Nicolas Cage.